Instead of YouTube here, go over to the left and click on content, and then go to where ads showed. Now, what we want to look at is an abnormally high amount of click-through rate. And sometimes it's not here where you're seeing your clicks come through. So I've been doing a pretty good job at spam compliance, I guess I would say. But that's kind of how this is going to look. Is you're gonna see an abnormality by saying like, that can't happen. No one watched. No, 5 individual people see 5 individual ads, and all 5 click, and then all 5 convert. It's a way to see that. Now, what to do if YouTube is bringing in spam leads? Most of the time, you have to look at the content area and see if there is a high degree of click-through rate, abnormally high. Your average click-through rate on YouTube is going to go above 1.5% rarely. How are you targeting on YouTube? Do you use the same logic on YouTube for keyword as you do on search? Yeah, so that's the bottom of the funnel, yes. Caden, so where I go bottom of the funnel on YouTube is very, very, very specific towards like the brand name, like of a product if we're reselling something, or something that is exactly what I would use on search. I will use that in a DSK or what they searched recently, or what they're currently in the market for. I wouldn't necessarily use bottom of the funnel to an affinity. Sometimes bottom of the funnel to an in-market audience if it's like just completely obvious. Like what we're doing right now is my bottom of the funnel audience is the people that are looking for an SEO and SEM agency. Perfect. That's bottom of the funnel. I guess that's middle of the funnel. They know that they need some sort of online presence and online marketing, and they might be looking for SEO, maybe some PPC. And I'm here saying like, here's all the ways that PPC is amazing and how to market it. So yeah, usually for bottom of the funnel, you're looking for hyper specificity, not necessarily who they are. You're looking for what are they doing, and then that's where you're trying to insert yourself. Now for spam leads, here I'll see if I can find some spam in our account. Let's do that. This will be fun. There's
John. Before that, I'm sorry, Anil had a comment, and I think it's relevant to add it in here. He says, funnel stages can be talked about in terms of audience and their awareness level or ad content.
Yeah, it's usually a mix of both. And what their awareness, you should be matching with your ad content. That's exactly right. What do you prefer, custom audience? Actually, I do all 3. I like to use people search recently, people in market, and DSK. Those 3, usually 1 there, and sometimes my affinity did better than my in market, which was kind of surprising, but I like to test all 3 in different ad groups. That's usually the best way to do it. So check this out. Let's see if we can actually find some spam. All right, here's our account, and let's do this last 7 days. And you'll see our clicks and engaged view conversions, which is so sweet. Oh, it's matched. I love it. It's amazing. Cool. So let's do this. Inside of your, sorry, let me turn this off and go slow. I'm just trying to speed up because I know we have 10 minutes. Instead of YouTube here, go over to the left and click on content, and then go to where ads showed. Now, what we want to look at is an abnormally high amount of click-through rate. And sometimes it's not here where you're seeing your clicks come through. So I've been doing a pretty good job at spam compliance, I guess I would say. But if you look at like last 50, for example, is there one that has like a 70, 80, or 90% click-through rate with more than like 5 clicks, or where the conversions are coming through? So here's one. We have 100% view rate, which is an odd one. You have 12 impressions and 3 clicks, which is odd. Now, we did not get a conversion from there, so that's okay. And our conversions we're not really getting spammed right now, so it's hard to tell. Anybody have a YouTube account that's getting spammed right now, or a YouTube campaign? Does anybody have one I can use? Okay.
This is not a glitch. I'm interrupting the video you're watching because I need to remind you that I'm always looking for people to join our team. So if you're passionate about Google Ads and you want to work with the best Google Ads agency on the planet, please go to so8.com/apply. Speaking of working with the best Google Ads agency on the planet, if you're having trouble with Google Ads and you want professional help, that's what we do. You can go to so8.com, that's SOL8.com, to apply for your free, no obligation action plan. And if I've given you any level of value at all, maybe think about giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. That's how we juice the YouTube algorithm so they actually know that I know what I'm talking about. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or confessions, hit me below in the comments. And now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Well, what we're going to see is like 5 conversions from 5 clicks from 5 impressions. So you have 100% view rate, 100% click-through rate, 100% conversion rate. that's an indication of spam. Like you'll be able to identify that here. If I go back, I don't even know. I'm just going to try to see if I can find one here. We haven't gotten spammed yet, so might be impossible. Yeah, these are all one-click, one conversion. But anyway, you'll see a scenario that looks like this, but it's also more than 2 conversions. That's where you know you're getting spammed, because that person is paying someone to sit there and watch all the ads on their channel, click on every single ad, and fill out every single form. So you're going to be abnormally high. You want to purposely see kind of junk engagement, honestly, which is kind of sounds stupid. Hey, look at that. There's an engage view conversion, no clicks and a conversion. Boom. I love that thing. Engage view is amazing. But that's kind of how this is going to look, is you're going to see an abnormality by saying like, that can't happen. No one watched. No 5 individual people see 5 individual ads and all 5 click and then all 5 convert. It's a way to see that. Septic says, is it better to measure audience intent to show bottom of the funnel content or top with remarketing? Key works anyways. You know what's funny is I'm a huge proponent of testing everything. When we tested inside of here, my audiences, I had these here. So web advertising services in market. This is a segment. I did the ones that Google found. I didn't do any DSKs just because Google Ads. Imagine everyone that logs into Google Ads. It's kind of everybody, but if I can see like in market for Google advertising, one step below the funnel of what they're doing and what Google sees to be more of an in market. And we saw that the conversions were coming from these 2, so I left these 2 on. Google advertising, in market for Google advertising, and in market for SEO and SEM services. It's the most bottom of the funnel I could go that still had the volume that I needed. So that's where I like to test them all against each other, all in one big go. Like you 10 in a room, fight. Who wins? You're going to be right and wrong, but what's nice is it's a lot better than just being wrong. If that makes sense. The other topic, I guess, for multi-touch niches, meaning heavy remarketing, is it worth to run display remarketing for low-cost services? Yes. And Caden, do you know if that's for lead generate commerce or both?
That was more for both.
Yeah. So here's the thing. No, I would wait the CPA differences between your remarketing and your your cold traffic campaign. If your CPA for remarketing is higher than your cold traffic campaign, reduce budget. If it's still higher, shut it off. What I mean by that is you're looking at, is it more expensive to bring a person that was uninterested back to make them interested versus just getting another interested person? It's a very simple calculation. If I'm delivering $100 leads and $150 remarketing, drop your budget in remarketing. If it can't get underneath 100, spend $100 to get a new one rather than $150 to bring one back. After 2 conversions, you get a free lead. That's because you spend an extra $100 trying to bring those people back. That's a good way to think about it. First step, reduce it. Second step, turn it off. Obviously, this is just saying all things are good. Ad copy is good. Audience is good. There's nothing wrong. It just is more expensive to bring a person back. That happens a lot, especially if your time lag is 1 or 2 days and it's 1 to 2 clicks before they convert. If you have a really short sales cycle or lead generation cycle, if your time lag is really, really short, it's like, hey, if this person Google something, click and then convert. Google something, click and convert. Maybe a bad idea to say Google something, click, didn't convert. But like, please come back. Just go move on to the next person. It should be less expensive. We did it. We made through all the questions with 5 minutes to spare.
I don't know if anybody else has another question or another comment to add. No? Well, just to say that little exercise that you did about guessing if it was top, bottom, or middle of the funnel, only very few people guessed it, right? Or
again, that was, yeah, right. That's my way of thinking about it. And I'm right and wrong, but it's a really interesting way to think about it. Hey everyone, John Ryan here with Solutions 8, and today we're going to be discussing, are YouTube ads really working for you? Google's going to say no, but in reality, it's yes. So that's what we're actually going to be diving into a bit here is, Google is mainly a click-attributed network, which means that unless there's a click, it's really hard for Google to actually identify